Hello everybody, Dr. Rick here dropping in on you. Look, I hope that you have had an unbelievable weekend to this point. I also hope that you have gotten your year off to a solid start. If it's anything that you noticed about the year, it's probably that it's moving along quite quickly. It never ceases to amaze me how fast things move after you reach a certain age. It's like it took forever to get to 18, then a little quicker to 25 and 30, and then it just took off from there. I'm saying that to say that, as the old adage goes, time waits on no man. And what does it mean? It means that you have a certain amount of time allotted to you every day. What you do with that time is going to determine the outcome of your life. 86,400 seconds. That's how much time you have every day. That includes the time you sleep, the time you fellowship with friends and family, the time that you put in work, the time that you dream, visualize, plan. All of it is there, and every part of it has meaning. When you sleep, that's a very important part of your day, maybe the most important part. It allows your body to recover, rejuvenate, and prepare to do what it needs to do again the next day. So all of this stuff is important, but what I find is people throw away time. Procrastination, and I've said this for years, procrastination is both the thief of time and opportunity. And I see so many people that are just sitting around with things to do. Man, I've had people come to me and say, hey, look, Doc, I need to work with you. I need your help. And we'll sit down and we'll start breaking down goals, and we'll start looking back at some of the times that these goals were set. And there are things that people had on their calendar, not to finish, because you can miscalculate how long it takes to get to something. And you may not be able to properly project what the gestation and germination period of your seeds that you're planting, what it's going to take for that to fully blossom. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They have things on their calendar that's been there for years that they haven't started. They just keep bumping it to the next day, the next week, the next month. And then before you know it, you developed a habit of procrastination with that specific event, but you've also developed or increased your tolerance for procrastination. So now you're procrastinating in other areas as well. And so it totally blows my mind how many people aren't acting on the things they say they want, aren't taking actions to change the things they say they don't like. Look, your reality is what you make it. What you think, what you speak, what you act, the deliberate actions and thoughts and behaviors that you consistently execute on a daily basis is going to determine the outcome of your life. Not your circumstances, not your situations, your setbacks, your disappointments, and all those things. Those things are litmus tests for your commitment, litmus tests for testing of what you've learned in past situations. They're not there to stop you. The only thing that can stop your destiny is you. By the very nature and definition of destiny, by the very nature of definition of destiny, the more others or anything tries to stop it, they only ensure that it happens. People can become a part of your destiny. They can't stop it or change it. Only you can do that by the way you engage your gifting, your purpose. And I look at people, and so many have shrank their visions and goals. They've become dwarfed and colorless. They've become very mimicking of other people and what they're doing. It's almost like a carbon copy of settling and accepting, and everybody's just doing what everybody else is doing and getting by. You weren't designed to be mediocre. You weren't designed to be average. You weren't designed to simply exist or survive. You were designed to make your imprint on this world. You were designed to be a reflection of God in your life. You were designed to be an expression of the gifting that God implanted in you. He says that your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. If you haven't seen the room, if you haven't seen your life expanding, if you haven't seen your spirit expanding, then you are not in true pursuit of your destiny. You are not in true pursuit of your purpose. You are simply existing in a world where everyone has found it acceptable just to exist. The problem is, at some point, you got to give an account of what you've done with what God gave you. At some point in time, you're going to have to sit up and you're going to have to grapple with what you've done with what you were given. I'm not talking about what you were born into in situation and environment. Unfortunately, some people are born into worse situations than others, but most of the time, I have studied in history that when a person that's born into something that's worse than someone else's situation or the average situation, and that person finds themselves and their purpose, they turn out to do greater things. They were born into tumultuous fire to be primed and groomed and purified in all those challenges. When you find it and you tap into it, there's absolutely nothing you cannot do. I am going to be, over the next week or so, accepting a total of 10 people that I'm going to work with over the course of this year to help them reach their goals. I don't care what it is. I don't care how outlandish it is. I don't care how many people have told you you're not being realistic. I don't care how many people told you that you need to find something more in the vein of what they think is possible for you. I don't care how many times you failed in the past. If you have a vision you want to go after, if you have a dream you want to touch, I want to help you do it. This is what I do. This is what I've done for years. And I have considerably over the last 2 years cut back the number of people I work with. But over the next week, I'm going to take 10 people that I'm going to work with for a year. The complete offer and explanation will be in the description box. For the people who cannot afford to work with me or do not make it into this group, don't despair. I am creating a group that I will be leading that won't get the one-on-one attention that the people that I'm taking and I'm allowing to come in. And it's going to be the people who take advantage of this first. It's real simple. If you take advantage of it, you take action, because that's the first step. Stop procrastinating and make a move. Those first 10 people are going to get in, but everybody else, don't despair. I'm creating a group. Look in there. There's going to be a look in the description box. There's going to be a link that's going to show you what we're going to be doing, how we're going to be doing it, and how you can participate. And this group will also last for a year. There are going to be a lot of things that you can learn. There'll be other opportunities over the course of this year in this group that you'll get a chance to work with me on a one-on-one basis. And some of my existing clients complete their particular sessions. So absolutely stop procrastinating, first and foremost. Take action. Stop dwarfing your goals, your dreams. As anybody who's followed me knows, my favorite quote, I have a number that I really truly lean on, but my favorite quote is, if the dream and the vision that you have for your life isn't so huge that it intimidates you, there's a good chance that it's insulting God. God didn't design you to meander through the maze of mediocrity. God didn't design you to just sit around and ride the waves of average. God designed you to be a reflection of His brilliance, His greatness, His power, His force, His dynamic aptitude to solve every problem that exists. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're dealing with, whatever's happening, I'm telling you that God has prepared you for it. And God is expecting you to do something exceptional in it. So look in the description box and let's connect. Let's make something happen. I'm taking the first 10 people. I'll be talking about this all week long. No, it's not free, and no, I'm not cheap, but I get results. My clients win. Period. Because there's a formula. It's not a push button, get rich quick scheme. It's not just say some words and everything changes. But there's a way God designed us. And when we operate in our design, we can become exceptional, extraordinary. We can do phenomenal. We can have the things we say we want and desire. They're not being withheld. We're not pursuing in the right way. We're not preparing in the right way. It's time to change that. So on that note, I'm going to get out of here. As I always say, I live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I die on E. I'm challenging you to do the same thing. On that